Hello students, I hope you all have seen the previous video which was made on the laboratory safety, and in that particular video I had explained what precautionary measures you keep in your mind before entering into the laboratory. So this particular unit we all are discussing about the laboratory safety. Not only we will talk about the laboratory safety, we will also understand the units of measurement and various type of the mathematical calculations required. But before entering into the lab, I gave you the 19 rules into the last video that you all have to remember. Students, laboratory can be a very hazardous place if not taken care properly. So before entering into the laboratory, you must be sure. So in this particular lecture, I am going to talk about the safety symbols. Now see students, this particular units video series is made, and this link of video series is given into the video description box. After watching the complete video, if you have any doubt, you can write it into the comment box. Definitely I will reply to your doubt. Student, safety symbol. When we talk about the safety symbol are not only used in the laboratory, it can be used to the various places wherever there is a chance of harm or accident. So to prevent the people, those who are working in that particular area, from that accident or from that hazard, the symbols, safety symbols are being used. So in this particular lecture, we all will discuss what is the importance of the safety symbols, and thereafter we will also discuss about the use of safety symbols in our laboratory. And the next lecture, we all are going to discuss about each symbol in detail. What is the meaning of that symbol? Why do we require that particular symbol? And what precautionary measure you must take care when you will observe that symbol. The safety symbols and what is the importance, why it is required. The most important safety symbols, it prevents the people working in that particular area from the hazard. So safety symbols, where we see safety symbol, we see it on roads, we see it into the hospitals, we see into the laboratory, we see it into the colleges. So various type of safety symbols are there. Now see, we will understand what are the standards. Means if I have designed any safety symbol, the primary concern is this must consist of some type of message, and it should be understandable by every person. Suppose I am now I stay in India, so we all know that in India we have many languages in the different states, right? So different states have the different language. I may not understand the other states language, especially South Indian language. I may not understand what is written. So if a written message is given, if being Indian I don't understand what is written into the Malayalam, then how the other people, those who are coming from the various country, will understand. So for that reason, there is a need for the standardization. So this safety sign and symbol were standardized. Now how? By replacing the message with the symbol, or you can say the pictorial symbol. Now why there is a need of the pictorial symbol? Because it is understandable by everyone. Understood? So safety signs and symbols, they consist of message. It can be having the words also. Pictorial symbol with the variety of size, shapes and colors. Now see, when you all were small, you might have observed that your teacher used to check your books with the red pen most of the time. Why? To indicate that, and she used to mark your mistakes with the red pen. So it shows this red color circle is the indicator something is wrong. At that age, your understanding is this much, that whatever teacher has encircled into the red color pen is wrong, right? So this is the idea. So all the shapes, colors are standardized. Now each shape has a different meaning and each color reflects the specific meaning, right? So every color, now see when we talk about color also have some message and some idea. So using standardized health and safety signs and symbols will make them understandable. The main purpose of making the safety symbol is what? To create the awareness and prevent the people from the hazard or the accident. So this should be understandable and overcome the language barrier. Just now I gave example that the barrier is that I don't understand my country all language. Now you all might have observed that I always prefer the language which is understandable by the everyone. So to overcome the language barrier, we are using the international language most of the time, that is English. Most of the time, whenever we go out, we prefer the English because now we meet with many state people. They all understand the different language. Our state language is Marathi, but everyone is not comfortable to speak in Marathi. So for that reason, to overcome all such barrier, what we do, we standardize. You will find that in college, various type of students are there from the various states. So preferably, we speak in English. Why? Because this is India. To overcome the barrier, she might be talking in some other language, he might be talking in some other language. So to avoid all such barriers, most of the time we use the English language as the international language. And new ISO 7010 standard is the first step towards the global harmonization of safety symbol. Means they are making the safety symbol which is same worldwide. Okay, so if it is same worldwide, now we all know that the world has become the global town. Means it's a single place. Now there is no barrier that we cannot go to the other countries. So we can move, we travel to the various part of the world. So there must be, now if the safety symbol is exactly opposite into the other part of the world, so what will happen? It is going to create the disturbance. So avoid all such things. The standard global symbols have been made. Now see, we will talk about the use of safety symbol in our laboratory, because here in this unit we are typically concerned with the laboratory safety, right? So now we will understand the use of safety symbol in our laboratory. With the advancement of the biological sciences, what happens that new interdisciplinary approaches has come to understand the different principle in a better way. So introduction of the chemicals, instrument took place that become very essential, and this all thing came into the biological science laboratory. But when new advancement has come, so many of these chemicals are toxic, corrosive, inflammable, carcinogenic in nature. Similarly, all the equipment made for experimentation are extremely sensitive on work. Example, the electric inputs, and also maximize the accuracy of the result. There is a need that we should know about that things. And if you are very new to handle the chemical, at least there must be some symbols. So this increase the risk of both student as well as the teacher working into the laboratory. They do not follow the recommended precautionary measures correctly, right? So who will follow in our laboratory? If you will enter only in our biology laboratory, you will find there are more than 500 chemicals are there. So all the 500 chemicals, even your teacher may not be knowing. So what can we do? So there must be some symbols. So initially, to avoid the health hazard by the lab equipments and safety symbol, they designed a certain type of safety symbol. So first idea came in the mind of the Europeans. They passed a legislation. That legislation is called as the Dangerous Substance Directive. Students, you have to remember the name of this legislation. I repeat, the name of legislation is Dangerous Substances Directives. There is some, if it is a legislation, so definitely it will get the number also. The serial number of this legislation is given 67548 EEC in the year 1967 for the classification, packaging and labeling of the dangerous substance. So under this legislation, it becomes very compulsory to classify the dangerous substance. Under this law, the symbol of chemical hazard made now European symbols. They were, means first European started, then other part of the world also they started. So how they designed initially, the European, they designed the symbols, means this precautionary symbols into the orange background. You can see, means it is actually orange yellow color background, rectangular background, and in that they make the black color symbol. So this is very popular. This became very popular. Then in 2009, the international symbols came in existence. These pictograms will have the black symbols on the white background with the red color border rhombus. So in the 2009, the European symbol were replaced by the international symbol, which are now used in, even in Europe. Now international symbols are being used. So the basic difference between two is that change in the pattern of labeling. They make it standard and globalized. Instead of black printing on yellow or orange rectangle, you can see the international hazard pictograms are black symbols on the white background and this red bordered rhombus. So this is very compulsory now to have international hazard symbol, warning and precautionary phrases on the label of the container, bottle with the hazardous chemical. So when you will enter into the laboratory, you will find that all such type of symbols are there on your chemical. So this reduces the risk of student. This reduces risk over the teachers also. So when we talk about the your class, that means the FIBSC class, so you have the higher student teacher ratio. So for that particular reason, you should be aware and trained about the precautionary steps to avoid any type of mishaps into the laboratory. So the label on the chemical bottle should be observed carefully and different safety measures should be adopted while performing the experiment as per the nature and hazard related to the chemical. It is not like that just I am teaching you the safety symbols, but you must make it into the practice. Whatever things are being explained, means whatever safety symbols are taught to you, you must observe it on the bottle and you should understand, because with each pictogram I am going to explain you how you all are going to handle it. So hence it's strongly recommended to make completely oriented about the safety symbols, its meaning, its hazard related to us, and all necessary precautionary measures to be followed while performing into the laboratory. So all these things you must aware before entering into the lab, because initially only I told you that lab is a very useful place to perform practical, but it can be the most hazardous place if you will not handle the laboratory things or chemicals in a proper way. So physical hazards, what could be the physical hazards? Physical hazards can be explosive, it can be flammable, flammable liquid like oxidizing, compressed gases, corrosive chemical to metal. Then it could be the health hazard like toxicity, skin irritants, aspirant hazard. Not only this, there could be the environmental hazard also. We all are going to learn all this type of symbol in detail into the next lecture. So till now, what we all have learned, we all have discussed about the safety symbol. We have seen that the safety symbols are present on the workplaces. Which type of workplaces it is required? I gave you example that it must be present at the place where there is an hazard. where there can be accident take place. So it could be the construction site, it could be the hospitals. Even in your college, you will find some places safety symbols are there where whenever they are cleaning, and that time they keep the board that the floor is wet so that you will not slip. So many type of safety symbols are there. Now it is these symbols are designed to warn the workers, and this will always remind you, yeah, there is a hazard, there is a slippery surface over there, there is a slope. So on road also you will find all the safety symbol. Now what is the most important thing about the safety symbol, that this reduces the risk of accident into the workplace, and if it is followed properly, so it enable the people to work in the very safe environment. So what is the use of the safety symbol? See, first of all, the safety symbol should be designed in a way that it should be standard. That means it should consist of the message which can be understood by everyone. Now, all the language we may not understand. If it is written in some foreign language, definitely you and me will not be able to read it. Even if it is written into the other states of India, you and me not be able to understand. So there is a need of the standard safety symbols which can be understood by everyone. If it is the precautionary message, if it is written into the regional language, yeah, the people, if the area is not very much in contact with the international or the other part of the tourists, then well and good if it is written in the regional language. But if the area is having the footsteps of the foreigner, of the other part of the region, so that time it becomes very compulsory to make use of the standard safety symbol. Standard safety symbol consists of the pictorial symbol. Pictorial symbol means it will have some pictures. So it is become very compulsory now to make use of the harmonized safety, global harmonized safety symbol, means the symbols which can be understood by anyone. So the first Europeans started safety symbols, and they make it compulsory. That means they make bring it into the law. So the European Union, they passed one legislation that is called as the Dangerous Substance Directive in the year 1967, and thereafter in the 2009 it was accepted worldwide. So European symbol we all have seen that it is the orange color rectangular background which comprise of the black color symbols, and thereafter in the international symbol the pictograms were black only. Only the thing is that background is changed, that orange rectangular background is replaced with the white rhombus background. So this was the basic difference, and these designs are international now. Even the Europeans are using the international symbols only. So the international symbols which we are going to use in our laboratory have the three classified into the three criteria: physical hazard, health hazard, and the environmental hazard. So this is about the use of the safety symbol. Next lecture we all are going to learn in detail what this safety symbol says, so that whenever we are entering into the laboratory and we are coming in contact with any chemical, so we will be aware, oh, this chemical is having this symbol, that means this chemical have this type of nature, and I must take this type of precaution for this. So this particular lecture is very important for you. If you don't understand any part, definitely you can ask your doubts to me. Not only this, if you feel like, oh, you have skipped something, watch it carefully. You can go, you can reverse it, and you can just repeat the lecture, because to understand each and every safety symbol is not only important syllabus point of view, but it is very important for your life. So it is important, student, to understand and by heart each and every symbol, because it is very important for you to recognize all the symbol before entering into the laboratory. So for this note, for this particular lecture, I will stop now.
Dear students, hope you all have watched the complete video lecture, but still after watching the complete lecture, if you have any doubts, don't hesitate to ask me your doubt. You can write your doubts into the comment box, and if you want more video updates, definitely you can subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Watch the videos with a proper care. Make sure that you are noting all the important points, and at the time of the exam definitely these notes are going to help you. Thank you.